Alright, ready. Ready. We're thinking about fun.
Pretty lady, big little front now.
Pretty, I just want from. I can't be done. I'm tired.
But me tired too? You think I'm tired too?
We just come from work, man. We just want to rest my body.
But pretty lady, me work too? Me work too, pretty lady? Now work me I come from too?
Let me get a little rest, man.
Alright, call me when you're ready.
With the Lawrence. With the Lawrence. With the Lawrence. Life with the Lawrence.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, Life with the Lawrences. And today we'll be talking about
before marriage versus being married. Thus it is expectations versus reality of the marriage.
So both of us have different pointers on the topic. So my husband will give his points and I will give mine. So go ahead.
Alright, so one of my first pointers is I want you to envision you sitting down and you're thinking about getting married. You're not yet married, but you're thinking about getting married. And one of my first thoughts on getting married was me being myself and doing my hobbies, doing, my me time, doing what I like to do. When I get married, all of this is going to change, and it gives a sense of fear and a sense of unknowingness and a sense of maybe a little bit of regret, like, oh, probably really want to get married. And when I was thinking, I thought that it would be harder. Somehow, some way, I thought it would be harder, because you have your wife to take care of, to spend time with. You have your children to take care of, to spend time with them. So where in that would you get your time? That is what I was thinking. Now that I am married, I recognize that one, it hasn't become harder, and two, it hasn't become easier either. I've recognized that it's all how you manage the situation, manage your time. Alright, and one of the things that I recognize my wife and I, we do is our 30 minutes. Alright, we have a 30 minutes every day at a set time, and we meet and we talk about how our day went, and we talk about, how we are doing, how we're feeling, whatever we want to share with each other. And then after that 30 minutes, we would go our separate ways to do what we want to do. And what I recognize also is that spending time with my children, I would do a little prayer with them at bedtime, and we sing with them at bedtime, and then they're off to bed. So I recognize that my me time can still happen, but it's how I manage my time. My second point would be, when I thought about being married, I was saying, yeah man, it's going to be easier for me to stay saved, because I was a very lustful young man. And when you think about staying safe and being married, things would flow into place more, right? And when you think about sex, right? When you think about having sex and all of that playing into your mind, and being a Christian at the same time, you recognize that, no man, when we get married, it's going to be much easier, it's going to be simpler, smoother. But now that I am married, I recognize that all of these have passed, and yes, it has become easier, but new things have added onto you, as in your time with God, maintaining your relationship with God has become harder, because you have to maintain your time with your family now. So the time that you would give to God, kinda, if you're not careful, it takes away from God, and if you're not careful, your work takes away from the time that you want to give to God also. So no, not because you're married, it doesn't mean that your relationship with God becomes easier, because you will find that there's maybe something new pops up. And my third point, and I think this is my final point, there are many other points, but I'm just going to stop right here. My third point is when I was sitting down under my imaginary apple tree, I thought that sex was going to be 3, 4, 5 times a day, and that me go get it left, right, and center. Yeah, because for a man, come on, tell me, for a man, that's one of the main things for a man. That's what we mostly think about, to be honest. And when I got married, to tell you the honest truth, when I got married, I recognized that the children are there. My wife is tired. I am tired sometimes, to be honest, because of work, chores. We have so many other responsibilities.
That's fine.
We have so many other responsibilities to take care of, and that sex sometimes will have to take a back, the back burner. Not that it is completely cut out, but as I said before, my expectation was a 3, 4, 5 times a day. No, you can't have a 3, 4, 5 times a day sex when half of the day you're at work and half of the day she's at work, and then when you come home you have to do this, clean that, fix up that, prepare for the next day. There's no time to get to have 3, 4, 5 times sex for the day, unless you're not working, unless you're iguana.
What he said. Alright.
You ready for your episode now?
I want to pick me up, baby below.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, your episode.
I want to pick me up. It's not going to be long. My one subtopic under the broad heading before marriage versus being married is partnership. Oh, by the way, guys, I made some jottings. Alright? So before marriage, I thought that I would get a partner who can assist me whenever I need it. Or I will be in a relationship where the communication is good. I would have a built-in best friend. After marriage, I realized that this is not so. Sometimes it is hard for your partner to assist you when he's doing something, for example, with work. Probably what I'm doing is not of much importance. So I have to let him be to do what he needs to do, because probably he has something more important than what I am doing. So not all the time, you're going to get a partner that can always assist you. Where communication is concerned, before I got married, I thought that eventually when you get married, the communication would be on point, 100%. I thought good communication would eventually be manifested while I'm married, because that is how I see it on television. That is how I see married life on television. I thought that there would always be a good sense of communication once you're married to the right person, or once you think you're married to the right person. But it's not so. After marriage, the partnership or the relationship that we had, it was on a bit of shaky ground, a very rocky ground at the start, because most of our expectations before marriage was not so. So what I realized is that communication, it definitely has to be built. There's no way that I could come from a different background and he's from a different background and we understand different things, and then we expect that we will agree to everything, every situation that we might face with. It's not so. We have to sit, we have to talk, and we have to come to a conclusion to say, what are we going to do? Where should we go next? Put out all the questions: where, what, how, when, why, and to just finalize everything and come together and say, yes, this is it. Where best friend is concerned, yes, he is my best friend, but sometimes I don't want a best friend, but I want somebody who can, talk about business related topic, or to talk about issues that are very difficult. So sometimes if I feel like I don't want a best friend, I want somebody who can sit down and talk to me about this, talk to me about Christ, talk like a mentor, talk to me about certain things that I may face or that I may go through. But at the start of the marriage, it was not like that. I felt like I couldn't tell him everything because probably he would judge me, or probably he would not understand what I'm going through. Things like that. I didn't want to tell him certain things because I feel like I'm a woman, I can do it myself. I've already done it myself, and before marriage I was doing it myself, so I don't need to tell him all of that. Once you're married, certain situation that you go through, you have to tell your husband, you have to tell your partner, because it builds communication and it helps them to understand you more and where you're coming from. So if you hide certain things or you don't want to talk to your partner about certain things, it affects the relationship, it affects the marriage. So we have now gone to a point where we We know how to talk to each other. We don't hide things from each other anymore. We don't do certain things anymore. Marriage is basically building, growing. It's not no already done everything happily ever after. Everything you have to build, you have to gradually grow. So yes guys, those are our points on the topic before marriage versus being married.
We hope that you learned something possibly. We hope that you can share it with a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. We want you to like, subscribe, comment.
Please remember that we post every Sunday, and comment down below what you want us to talk about and share your viewpoints in the comment section. You're always welcome to share. So we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
What made me keep begging you to look for something?
No. It's not any more realistic.
Why me keep begging you to look for something? I don't want to give me front.
You know how to have this backside here again. What did you say before?
Pretty lady, what make you don't want to give me front?
You know any camera on the chin. It's more natural. What would I say? What would I say when they come home?
Pretty lady, beg look front.
Ready? They're thinking about fun. We can think about mommy. Alright, you know.
Before my children go to bed, I would spend a good time with them, sing them a song. We do a lot of the Bible scripture, and that was good.
Yeah.
Really? Oh Lord.
With the Lawrence.
Alright. You're ready for your intake now, because none of this can use.
Live with the Lawrence.